With this amount of launches coming up, which one would you choose? My top 3 projects this year, 2024, where I place my own money in, provided I have extra name for it. Let's jump right in. No surprise, after a slow half of 2024, there's really not much excitement in the new launch market, especially with the cooling measures end 2023 and the high interest rate environments did not help. But all these are going to change as we head into the second half of 2024. Why? Because the amount of launches coming up are massive. We're talking about at least 11 to 12 launches at the second half of 2024. And upcoming, we have Mayor Blue, Union Square Residences, 8 at BT, Chuan Park, Emirate of Katong, and Aurelia. And also not forgetting the EC for Nova Place, Bengal Horse, Nava Grove, Parktown Residence, Marina View Residences, and Newport Residences. Coach Edmund Tan here, your Singapore Real Estate Insider, and we adopt a logical and proven REI method in our property journey because numbers and data cannot lie. If you have been following us, do give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to always get our weekly videos notification when we release them. Also, you out there already have burning questions you need help and solution in your property discussion? Scan the QR code somewhere to get in touch so we can provide you a second opinion, be it selling or buying. You want to stay all the way to the end as well. Before I share with you my top 3 winners for second half 2024 launches, let's do a recap and find out how the launches are performing in the first half so far, and are there indications the performance will be the same in the second half of 2024 too. First up, 2 champions in first half 2024 started the ball rolling early in the year with much fanfare, but Hillhaven and Arcady, the first condo launches of 2024, were off to a slow start. The Arcady at Boon Keng, a freehold project, sold 51 of its 172 units with prices starting from less than $2,400 per square foot. Far East Organisation and joint venture partner Sekisu House sold 59 out of 179 units, about 33% as part of their Phase 1 launch of Hillhaven, January 20, with prices starting from $1,903 per square foot. If you don't know, they're keeping a lot of the high floor units not for sale, even till today. It's part of their strategy to release them much later. Which means, because the project has 341 units in total, this comes about 17% of all units were sold during launch. But how are they performing till date? This is latest as of 26 August 2024. So what we want to do is to come to sales suites, and this is where we are able to get access to all the different projects in Singapore with their latest updated units availability and units sold. So let's take a look at for Arcady. Since selling only 51 units, let's take a look at how they are performing up to date. Let's take a look for Arcady. Since selling 51 units since launch, it has only increased to 56% until date. So, which means that right now they are only 32.56% sold. And for Hillhaven, taking note of the higher floor units are not released, the number of sold units till date is as such. We'll go to sales suites again, and this time round we want to look at Hillhaven and how they are performing up to date. So as of now, Hillhaven has already sold 53.37% and they have sold 182 units so far. Up next, after this, we have the much awaited Lentor Mansion. Why? Because this is the first launch under the new URA harmonization guidelines of strata and gross floor area, where units sold are based on livable space. And how did it perform? A resounding rebound from the early year launches. It shocked many and sold 75% of its 533 units during its launch at the weekend, with prices ranging between $2,100 per square foot to $2,400 per square foot. Does the developer brand Guaco Land plays a part, or is it cause of the harmonization? Because of the new URA guidelines where units are sold purely on livable areas, this translates to the sizes in this development smaller than the surrounding projects could be one of the factors to accept. What do you think? Is this the key point why the unit sold so much better? Share your views in the comment below. So how has it been performing until date? Let's go to sales suites again and let's key in Lentor Mansion. So how has it been performing until now? Till date, Lentor Mansion has already sold 465 units, which translates to 87.24%. There are only left about 68 units in this development. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button now so you can get real-time updates and learn how to make wise investments for yourself and your family through properties. Moving on, after a successful launch of Lentor Mansion, Hillhaven and One North sold about a third of their total 142 units, approximately about $2,595 per square foot. And they are mainly from the 2 bedrooms, 2 plus studies, 3 bedrooms, as well as the 3 plus studies. And their sizes ranging from 1,000 to 1,259 square feet for the 3 plus study. Let's take a look at how they are performing so far for Hillhaven at One North. So far for Hillhaven at One North, they have already sold about 47%, which translates to 33.1%. So there's still about 95 units available for those of you who are looking into Hillhaven at One North. Next, we go over to the western area, which has been getting lots of attention because of lakeside transformation. Sora sold 102, or about 23.2% of its total units during its launch, with an average selling price of $2,160 per square foot. Interesting fact is, although Sora developer Cindior bought the land about $200 per square foot lower than earlier launched Lake Garden residences, they did not necessarily sell their property cheaper too. I have a full analysis about this in this video, so go and check it out after this. Until date, let's take a look at how Sora performs in comparison to Lake Garden residences. So for Sora, at the moment they have already sold 107 units, which translates to about 24.32%, and there's still close to 333 units available. Let's take a look at Lake Garden residences. How do they perform? So for Lake Garden residences, they have already sold more than 187 units with an available of 100 units left. Last but not least, the freehold property in the east, Cassia, sold 52% of its 276 residential units on its launch weekend, with prices ranging between $1,821 per square foot and $2,177 per square foot. 1 and 2 bedroom units were the most popular on the launch weekend because of its reasonably lower entry price for a freehold, $883,000 for a 1 bedroom, $1.196 million for a 2 bedroom, and a $1.659 million for a 3 bedroom. And for you, if you are looking for 4 bedroom, it only costs you $2.462 million. No wonder it outperforms a lot of other projects during the year as well. It is still far to see how it will be performing in years to come, but the take-up rate after launch have been healthy. So for Cassia, let's take a look. So far, Cassia has already sold 157 units, which translates to about 56% of the development, and there's about 119 units still available. Like what you're watching so far? How about giving us some likes and love so we can continue this journey of empowering more others like you with families like yours to learn about property and bridge the knowledge gap. Let's dive into the new launches in second half of 2024. You want to stay and watch the entire video because besides providing the top 3, I will also share one more that potentially can be a dark horse in this second half too. There are some of the plots in particular that are in my radar, but at the same time, it's not for everyone. Because today, if you are looking for your own entry based on your own preferences, like, hey, I'm familiar here, that's why I want to buy, I used to stay around this area, my parents, neighbors, friends, relatives, childhood friends stay here, that's why I buy. Or maybe my friend buy here, that's why I also want to buy. Or perhaps you buy into it because of the massive hype around it. You see advertisements surrounding the projects daily on newspapers, popping out on social medias, and many people are talking about it in the coffee shop, even agents. If you are buying into second half with these criteria, I can only warn you to be more careful in your selection and take more time to study first. While it's great you are here to learn more about the property by going through the thousands of videos online, nothing beats getting clarity in your own plans before any research is done. Or if you're already so sure of what you want, perhaps there's a second opinion you can get from us before you take action. Scan the QR code somewhere to get in touch if you need another perspective. There's a saying, you don't know what you don't know. So, have you known everything already before doing it? So, what are the top 3 launches I am picking for second half of 2024? With this many launches coming into the marketplace, you can be sure it's going to be a lot of talking point for many and much hype around them too. This is also a reason we have prepared a lot of clients and their families ahead by planning on their sales since the end of 2023 to get ready to enter the market. If you're exploring in swapping your underperforming property to a better one or simply improving to a better location or bigger size unit, you never want to wait until until the last minute. With all the measures in place, timing is everything. First, I want to clarify that this list is based on my own research and study that comprises at least 23 different criteria and points. This list focuses on the overall potential of these sites with very strict guidelines we adopt in the REI method when we do selections for homeowners. This is only part 1 of the selection process into the projects. Part 2 we will do next is the specific unit types, layout, facing, and floor levels as well. But for today, we're not going through part 2 in this video. Maybe I will do part 2 in another video. Should I? Comment below. Here are the 3 launches that I'm most excited about in second half of 2024. First on the list is the Toa Payoh GLS, sold in November 2023. And you cannot go wrong with a matured town with a strong reputation and not an oversupply of condos. In a low supply estate with only gem residences being the youngest property, Trivistas between Lorong 2 and 3 near to Braddell MRT, freehold like Sky at 11 and Trellis Towers. Adding on to the list is the much older Orlando Towers. There's only a total of 2,143 units in the entire Toa Payoh. Are you shocked? So even with this new GLS launch, we're not going to see a massive supply. This plot will come in about 800 units only. Thus, based on this supply and demand guidelines, we'll be seeing huge interest with average per square foot ranging between $2,400 per square foot to $2,500 per square foot. I do have high expectations about this site as they were anchored by reputable schools like CHIJ and Pei Chun. Although get prepared for also a premium for the school effect. Now looking at past trends, parents will still continue to move because of schools and ease of traveling. This will not go away anytime soon. Is this also your under the radar choice? Stay on as we go through the other 2 top choices and also which project is considered a dark horse in my research. Subscribe to us if you have not done so. It will help us a lot. Thank you for your support. Next is the Tampines Avenue 1 site known as Parktown Residence, won by CapitaLand, UOL and Singland, big names in the industry. What I like about this site is first, the size, 1,190 units, which is quite rare nowadays, especially with many of the launches being of lesser units. There may be a lot of projects launched, but the total number of units are way lesser than the last craze of launches where mega projects were introduced. Can you still recall some of them? Treasure at Tampines, Florence Residences, Park Clementes, Riverfront Residences, all above 1,000 units development. Another appealing factor for Parktown Residence is the low estimated break-even price. Though it's important to remember that being a mixed-use integrated development, there will also be a premium to it. If they were to launch at around $2,000 to $2,100 per square foot, I think it will be a fantastic deal, especially considering the size of the development and its location. Can you remember Treasure at Tampines when they first launched? Ayo, so many units! Alamak, development is like HDB and EC. Wow, so far away from MRT. Who will buy? But if you look at their performance today, come to our investment list again, and this time around we go to property analysis, keying in Treasure at Tampines. From here, we are able to collect all the various data and information regarding Treasure and Tampines, including how many Singaporeans, PR or even foreigners are buying this property. And if we take a look at the average prices regarding their sales range and rental range for the 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms and 5 bedrooms. So here you can see that the average sales price that is commanding at the moment. So one of the very important factor is if you want to take a look at the profitability of some of the properties, we can take a look. For example, if today you own a 2-bedroom property in Treasure and Tampines, potentially you would already be commanding at least $200,000 on average if you are owning a 2-bedroom unit. For 3 bedrooms unit, averagely you will have already made close to $300,000 to even $400,000 in terms of your profit margin. Let's take a look at the bigger units. For 4 bedrooms right now, 4 bedrooms are also hovering between $400,000 plus, even $500,000 and $600,000. So you can see that today, if you have the ability to buy into a bigger size unit, your margins will also be greater. And let's take a look at the 5-bedroom types. How are they performing? Wow, can you see the 5-bedroom units? Their profitability can easily even go up to 700 onwards to even 900,000, close to 1 million in just a very short period of time. Today, if you're not using tools to get access on data and numbers in order to make a logical choice, you could be putting yourself at great risk. If you have been guessing your way into property, stop now. We provide you the insight so you no need to figure out. Scan the QR code somewhere to get in touch and see how we can help you be an informed homeowner in your decision making too. This area of Tampines is essentially a new town, surrounded by new BTOs, and they are also a key indicator when we are looking at which project to enter. The scale of the development is a big reason why this site has caught my attention. With more units also comes with more transaction volume, as we have seen in many developments where the prices climb during the sale and TOP stages as well. Do you agree? Lastly, there's Chuan Park, which have been in the works for quite some time. The development faced some challenges with the strata board, but Kingsford, the developer, has managed to turn things around, particularly with their successful execution of Momentum Park. Let's take a look at how Momentum Park is performing. With access to data like this, you're able to get access into all the various information regarding how the average pricing are like. And if you can take a look for Momentum Park, we have 1 bedrooms all the way to even 4 bedrooms pricing, and also the 5 bedrooms. So if we want to look at the profitability range of 2 bedrooms in Momentum Park, let's take a look. Averagely, the 2 bedrooms unit are hovering close to about $200,000 to $250,000 in terms of profit. And as the size gets bigger, going for 3, 4, even 5 bedrooms, the quantum of your profits are always going to be higher. So let us explore the 3 bedroom unit and see what's their profit margin. Their profit margin can range from 400 over 1,000, and some of them are even crossing the 500,000 in terms of profits. And how about the 4 bedroom unit? Let's take a look. Wow, can you see for 4 bedrooms unit, they're also hovering close to 400 over $1,000 in terms of their profit margin. So this is also a key indicator that for Kingsford, they are, as a developer, they will be actually emphasizing a lot in terms of their quality in their next project. This project is highly anticipated with 916 units, and the Lorong Chuan area hasn't seen a new development in quite a while, making this launch very interesting. They will be launching units starting from 2 bedrooms all the way to 5 bedrooms. But just take note, this is only an 80% car park provision only. My estimate will be around $2,500 per square foot to $2,600 per square foot. This range for OCR property. What are your thoughts? Share in the comment below. So there you have it for the top 3 launches that have me most excited for 2024. Continue watching, as I will now rank my top 3 launches and also which project is the dark horse from my research. Drum roll please! Now my top number 1, 2, 3 are... Coming in 3rd place will be Chuan Park, where it has always been a favourite among those who stay near there. And likely many buyers will be from surrounding homeowners as well. With the last development TOP back in 2013, there were no new launches in the area. So watch out for this, as it could form a similar experience to those who bought Affinity previously. And my top rank is, drumroll, Toa Payoh. And 2nd place is Parkdown Residence. Why? Looking at the base fundamentals of supply and demand, Toa Payoh is lagging a big gap in terms of supply, and we do see growth potential in years to come, especially with the project also close to MRT. With nearby HDBs nearby crossing $1 million marks, they set the stage and lead the way for new private property as well. So do watch out for this. Parkdown Residence falls short of the number 1 spot simply because the location can be considered a matured township expanding from Tampines Central. Being a very developed area with a lot of BTOs in the area, we do see huge upgraders opportunity there as well. Now, which project is the dark horse in my opinion? Let's pause a moment here while you share your selection in the comment. No right or wrong answers also. For the fun of it, let's see who gets it correctly. Have you done it? Put in your info. Put in the answers, come on. I'm waiting for you to put. Come on. My dark horse for 2024 is... I cannot get away from the East. Emerald at Katong. Why? Not because I'm an Easterner, but there are a couple of key traits this development has that falls in my list. And it's not because I also bought into the East, so I favor East property, okay? One of the complaints about Tembusu Grand, which is not a secret, is that it is in such a prime Katong location, yet the project comes with multi-story car parks. So this time, Sim Lian managed to get a basement car park in for Emerald at Katong. What a strategic move by the seasoned developer. Do take note that this development is under the new URA harmonization guidelines and need to factor about 8% higher PSF compared to those without these guidelines nearby. And with the track record of how the developer usually launches their unit, we will be expecting a similar strategy to clear the 846 units. Meaning, they will be price sensitive at the start to clear as many units before increasing prices along the way. And I am projecting the pricing starting from $2,700 per square foot onwards, citing both harmonization and MRT effect considerations factors too. There you have it, my top 3 launches and the dark horse launch for second half of 2024. Which is your all-time favorite? Selection of projects is only one part of the process. The second part of the unit selection is equally important. To have a deep dive into your own property situation and to compare which development will suit you more in selecting, pause and scan this QR code to get in touch with us for a thorough assessment that will help you make wise property decisions. Before we wrap up, remember to click the bell icon and hit the subscribe button to receive insightful weekly updates to help you stay current with market trends and expand your property knowledge. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.